I know what's good. It's the first two legal moves. And my favorite, JT. Yes. All right. So we have learned how to use the equation mat, and we've learned how to zero out. The flip method is when we actually use the system where we put something in the negative side of the mat. So let's make an example. I'm just gonna use units. So I have -3 on the top. Let's add some positive units. All right, so our first move is always to zero out. So we're gonna take tiles that make 0. So we here have a positive and a negative, they zero out. We have a positive and a negative, they zero out. We can do the same thing on the bottom of our mat, where we have a positive and a negative, they zero out, positive and a negative, they zero out, positive and a negative, they zero out, positive, negative, zeros out. Okay, so now we move to the second part, where we say flip. What that means is we're taking these tiles here, and in order to move them up to the top of the mat, we have to flip them to their opposite, which would be negative. So this flips and becomes a negative unit. And we'll take this one and follow it this way. This flips and becomes a negative unit. So then we ask ourselves again, okay, we have nothing left on the bottom part of our mat. Can we zero anything out on the top? No, we only have negatives. How many negatives do we have? We have 3 negatives, so our answer is -3. So again, what we're doing is we're first zeroing out from the top, from the bottom, and then we need to flip what's in the negative zone. We're flipping it to the positive zone. And then we're going to ask ourselves, can we zero out again? And whatever's left is our answer. Let's look at this without using tiles. So if I have a problem like, no, let's not use any variables. Let's say, no, I'll use variables. Okay, I have this problem here. This is our second example. I am going to show you with and without a mat. So if I draw my mat, I'm going to make it kind of small. I have 2 positive units up top. They're positive. But then here I have negative parentheses. That negative parentheses is this part of our mat. So everything inside the parentheses has to go down at the bottom of the mat. For the sake of this problem, I'm actually going to make this a negative. So we're going to draw it exactly how it's stated, but in the bottom part of our mat. So we have 3 x's and positive 6 units. Okay, I cannot zero anything out. There's nothing up here that can be zeroed out. There's nothing down here that can be zeroed out. Nothing is like terms and opposite, positive with negative. So my first step of zero out is check. There's nothing I can do. Now I need to flip. So I'm taking my x's, which are currently negative, and I'm making them positive when I move them up to the top. That gets rid of those. Then I have 6 positive units. Now I need to flip those to the top. In order to flip them, I have to make them negative. So I have 6 negative units. Okay, so I did my flip. Check, we're good there. Now I go back to zero out. My last thing to check is, can I zero out anything else? And the answer is yes. I have a positive unit and a negative unit, those zero out. I have a positive unit and a negative unit, those zero out. So what are we left with? We're left with 3x minus these 4. 3x minus 4. That's our answer. All right, go ahead and play, pause, and rewind. Take some notes on the steps. Draw pictures if you need to. And of course, you can always ask for help. Let's get some practice in.